Hey everyone, I'm Lauren McMillan, and today we're doing a full body sequence with a series of back bends. Now, these are also known as heart openers, poses that really kind of reverse the tech driving, sitting at your desk posture that we're also used to these days, and really opening everything up so that you can breathe more efficiently, restore your posture, and just feel more energized and ready to go about your day. So let's get started. Start on your back with your knees bent, feet are flat on the floor, feet are about hip width apart, arms are down by your sides. And then bring your hands to your hips, and you can locate your hip bones so that we can move through a few pelvic tilts and loosen up the lower back. So first, find the natural curve of your lumbar spine, the slight curve in your lower back where you can maybe slide your hand about halfway through. This is your neutral posture, or your neutral lumbar position. From here, I want you to press your tailbone down and tilt your hip bones toward your thighs. So you're increasing the arch of the lower back, coming into an anterior tilt. And then you'll do the reverse of that, tucking the tailbone under, bringing the hip bones back and flattening your low back against the ground. So this is your posterior tilt. And just do that a few times, tilting the hips forward and back. Now lower your arms down by your sides, come into a posterior tilt, pressing lower back down, start to lift your hips up. Coming no higher than the tips of your shoulder blades, so we're not coming into the tallest bridge that you can create, just a little one. And then slowly come down, trying to lower one vertebrae at a time until the hips find the ground and you return to a neutral position. And do that again, so press the lower back down, start to lift up. Try to keep the thighs parallel, so if they're splaying out, draw them back toward one another. And then exhale, release. Let's do that one more time. As you lift your hips, make sure that there's space between your chest and your chin. And then lower all the way down. From here, hug your right knee into your chest. Hold your hands behind the leg and reach it up. Start to bend your right leg, lower it down, switch sides, hugging your left knee in. Hands come to the back of the leg, reach your heel up. You can also move the foot around to loosen up the ankle. And then release. Interlace your hands behind your head, elbows are out wide. As you pick your head off the ground, let the weight of your head relax into your hands so that you're not straining your neck muscles. And pick your feet off the floor, knees are stacked over the hips. My feet are flexed here and they're still about hip width apart. As you inhale, extend your legs out. Think about reaching your feet in one direction as the crown of your head reaches in the other. And then exhale, draw knees to elbows, crunch it in. Inhale, extend out. Now, if you feel any discomfort in the lower back here, bring your legs up higher or keep them bent for the entire time. Exhale in. 3 more. Inhale out and in. 2. Last one. And then lower your feet down. From here, take your right leg up again, holding onto the back of it. Extend your left leg long and then start to walk your hands up your leg just as far as you can reach. If you have a strap, you can also loop it around your foot here and lift your left leg off the floor so it's coming to a hover. Both feet are flexed so that your legs stay active. Remember, you can keep a slight bend in your legs and lift your chest toward your thigh. So again, you're not using your neck muscles to lift you up, but you're using your core, you're using your torso. And then lower back down and switch sides. So left leg reaches up, right leg will go long, and then hover it off the floor a couple of inches. Walk your hands up your leg, lift your chest, draw the core in, breathe for 3, 2, maybe lift up a little bit higher for 1, and then release. Legs go long, reach the arms overhead, take a full stretch, and then start to make your way up to your hands and knees. Coming to your tabletop position, shoulders are over the wrists, hips over the knees. Start to wiggle the hips around, finding any movement that feels good here. And we'll take this into cat and cow. So coming back through center, inhale, lift your chest, lift your hips. And then exhale, scoop the belly round your spine. So as you inhale and come into cow pose, you're coming into essentially another anterior tilt in your pelvis. And then exhale round, this is your posterior tilt, tucking the tailbone under. Do that 2 more times. And then come back to your neutral spine. From here, tuck your toes under, lift your hips. Let's come back to downward dog, being mindful of the hamstrings, keeping a slight bend in the knees. You can pedal them out here. Maybe move the hips around. Play with the width of your hands, the width of your feet. And then coming back to stillness. Let's sweep the right leg up. Bend your knee, start to open your hip, stacking the right hip over the left as much as you can, and also making sure that the shoulders stay level. Option to lift the left heel high. And then start to straighten the legs, square the hips, lower the right foot down. Sweep the left leg up, do the same thing. Bend the knee, start to open your hip. Lift the right heel. Straighten the leg, lower it down. Gently release your knees, take them out wide. Sink your hips over your heels, come to child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Letting go of any tension that you may be holding, relaxing the face, relaxing your shoulders. As you're ready, come back to downward dog. From downward dog, take an inhale, lift both heels high. Soften your knees, look forward, come to the front of your mat, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees. And then keeping your knees bent and your head heavy, slowly roll up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Head will come up last, making your way to stand. Bring your hands behind your back so your pinkies are right next to each other, almost like you're sticking your hands in your back pockets. Roll the shoulders back, draw the elbows back, lift your heart, lift your gaze without crunching back in the neck. And then release, hands return in front of your heart. As you inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step the left leg back, lower the left knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, cactus the arms, reach the heart forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the hands down, framing your foot. Step back to a plank position, so right foot meets the left. Option to drop the knees down here. And then let's all lower knees. Hug your elbows against your sides. Come down to your chest and your chin. Slither forward, low cobra. Press into your palms, come back to your hands and knees, and make your way to downward dog. As you inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through, lower the right knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the hands down. From here, tuck the toes, lift the knee, put a bend in the back leg, and then step to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down through your feet, come all the way up to stand, reach up. And hands meet together in front of the heart. Again, inhale to lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back first. Drop the right knee down. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, release. From here, bend the right leg, reaching back with either your right or your left hand. See if you can grab any part of your leg or your ankle, maybe the foot. This is another place where you can take a strap and wrap it around your foot to make your arm a little bit longer. Open your chest. And then gently release wherever you are. Step the left foot back to meet the right, come to a plank. Once again, lower knees, chest, and chin. Slither forward, low cobra. And then come back to downward dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, bring it forward. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, lift up. Lower your left hand down, bend your left leg, reach back with, again, either hand, whichever is more readily available. Roll the shoulder back, open your heart. If you feel any sort of pressure on the knee here, place a cushion or a blanket underneath your knee. And also try to come onto more so the thigh so that you're not pressing down on the kneecap. And gently release, framing your foot. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, step back to downward dog. And then gently release the knees, come to a tabletop position. From here, take your right foot, kick it just off the edge of your mat like a kickstand. Turn your hips so that your leg is reaching toward the back edge of your mat. Right shoulder is stacked over the wrist. From here, modified side plank. You can stay here, you can lift the leg up, maybe play with the positioning of your arm. If a side plank is available to you, you can stagger the feet, maybe stack the feet, maybe come to one leg and lift the other up. And then gently release wherever you are, and we'll take that to the other side. So, left foot kicks just off the edge of your mat. Extend the right leg long, either keeping the knee down, lifting the right leg, extending both legs. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to your hands and knees and make your way to downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels high. Bend your knees, look forward, come to the front of your mat, forward fold. From your forward fold, heel to the feet a little bit wider apart. Bend your knees deeply so that your upper body can release. Interlace your hands behind your back, keeping a bend in the elbows. Roll your shoulders away from your ears, and then maybe start to reach your hands forward. Keeping the elbows bent. Let the head relax. Return your hands to your lower back, release them down, lift up halfway. Bring the feet closer together, bring your hands to your hips, and then come all the way up to stand. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, come back to a high plank. Helps to have your hair pulled back here. And then either keep the knees lifted or lower all the way down to your belly. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, cobra. Exhale, release, and then come back to downward dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, step it all the way through. Keep the back heel lifted, lift up, come to a high lunge. Palms spin inward so the pinkies are drawing in. Shoulders relax away from the ears. Lower your arms down. Turn the palms so they're facing forward and then open your heart. Maybe lift your gaze. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, frame your foot. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, bring it forward, plant the foot down, back heel stays lifted, reach up. Take the arms out to the sides. Open your heart, draw the shoulders back, open through the arms. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, frame the foot, step back to a plank position.
If a chaturanga is in your practice, go ahead and lower halfway down. Press onto the tops of the feet, upward dog, or you can move through cobra, and we'll all come back to downward dog. Drop your knees down, come to puppy pose, walking the knees back a few inches, extending the arms forward. Keep your hips stacked over your knees as you drop your chest down. And then come up to your hands and knees, stacking the shoulders over the wrists. Start to come back to your modified side plank, keeping the knee down to begin. You can take the arm up and then practice opening your top arm, opening your chest, preparing for wild thing. Lift the arm back up and then lower it down. Let's come to downward dog. And we'll go from there. So you can either repeat that with the knee down on the floor, or do what we did earlier, sweeping the right leg up, bend the knee, start to open the hip. Shift forward, almost like you're coming to a plank, and then begin to spin onto the outer edge of your left foot, dropping your right foot down, lift the hips, open the heart for wild thing. And then to release, come back like you're moving through a side plank. Come into downward dog, or three-legged dog rather. And then gently release. And then lower your knees down, and we'll go to the other side. So either coming to a modified side plank, keeping the right knee down, can take the arm up and then open the chest. Or if you'd like to come into the full version, start in downward dog. Sweep the left leg up, bend your knee, open your hip, shift forward slightly, spin onto the outer edge of your right foot before stepping your left foot back, lift the hips, wild thing. And then to come out of it, shift to your right, plant both hands down, sweep the left leg up, three-legged dog. And then let's come down to child's pose, take a rest. Take one more breath here. And then start to walk your hands toward your knees. We're making our way onto our backs. So however you'd like to get there, go ahead and come all the way down, coming toward the center of your mat. So returning to some bridging, arms are down by your sides, feet are parallel, knees are stacked over the ankles. Press your lower back down, tilting the pelvis back, and then lift your hips up. If you'd like, you can lift them up a little higher, pressing down through the feet, pressing down through the arms. Again, just being mindful not to put pressure on the back of the neck, and also to maintain the space between your chest and your chin. Think about reaching your knees forward, crown of the head is reaching back. And then slowly lower all the way down. You can do that again, or if you'd like to take it one step further, once you lift the hips up, walk your shoulders underneath you, drawing the shoulder blades toward one another, maybe interlacing your hands, and then press the hands down, lifting your hips a little higher. When you're ready to come out of this, release the hands, slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time. And we'll go over two more variations. So you can either come into a regular bridge pose here. You can do a restorative version, which we did not go over, sliding a block or something underneath the hips to help them rest. You can interlace your hands behind your back. You can come into a supported bridge by bending the elbows and placing your hands right at the top of the hips and support yourself this way. Or if a wheel is in your practice, or if you want to try it, bring your hands right below your shoulders so your fingertips are facing your shoulders. Before you press all the way up, push down into the hands, come onto the crown of the head. Not putting a lot of weight here, just letting it tap, and then push up for wheel pose. Press down through the feet, press down through the hands. Rather than thinking of bending the back, think about expanding through the front of the body. And after a few breaths here, tuck your chin in, slowly, carefully bend the elbows so you can come down. And then it's just like you're coming out of a bridge, lower all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat and then let your knees prop against each other to help the lower back release. And you can just let the arms relax. Take a few slow breaths here, helping the heart rate slow down. And then walk your feet back toward the center of your mat. Hug your knees toward your chest. You can gently rock from side to side. Lower your left foot down, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Taking your right palm, pressing to the inside of the right knee. If you'd like more of a stretch here, pick your left foot off the floor, threading your arms through, holding onto the back of your left leg or to your shin, flexing through both feet, breathing into the hip. If your left leg is lifted, lower it back down, uncross the legs, switch sides. So left ankle over right thigh. You can take your left palm, press it to the inside of the left knee, or pick your right foot off the floor, hold on behind the leg or to the shin. Lower the right foot down, uncross the legs, heel toe the feet out wide, take your arms out wide in a T shape, drop your knees all the way over to the right. You can stay right here. If you'd like to take this a little bit deeper, take your right foot, place it right on top of the left leg, kind of placing it outside the left knee and helping anchor that leg down. If it's okay on the neck, look over your left shoulder. Remove the right foot if it's on the left leg. Draw your knees back up to center, then take them over to the left. Option to anchor down the right leg with your left foot and maybe take your gaze over your right shoulder. Remove your left foot if it's over the right leg. Bring the knees back up to center. And then extend your legs long on your mat. Take the feet out wide, arms down by your sides. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out the mouth.
letting your body completely relax, taking a scan over and through the body, releasing any tension, letting it melt away. Giving yourself a few moments here in Shavasana. And if you have more time, you're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Otherwise, start to deepen your breathing. Bring some movement back into the outer extremities. Take a full stretch, reach the arms up. And either rock yourself up to a seat or carefully roll over to one side before pressing yourself up to a seated position. Sitting tall through your spine. Reach both arms up. As you exhale, hands meet together in front of your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors the light in each one of you. Namaste.